Hey guys, today I'll be reviewing these Milo markers. For a while now, I've been looking for some good, reasonably priced art markers as alternatives to more expensive ones. In my travels, I stumbled upon these markers. They only had 2 reviews on YouTube, which were both great videos and helped me with my decision, but I just wanted to add another video with a review because these markers are fantastic. Don't worry, I'll be posting a LEGO video on Friday as usual, but for now, let's check out these markers. I'll be telling you guys the pros and cons of them and what other supplies that you'll need. First off, as of my recording this, you can buy the markers on Amazon at $32 for a 24-pack. Sorry guys, that's a lie, I just checked. They actually don't have the 24-pack right now. I don't know where it went. They only have the 48-pack, so I guess we were getting the 48-pack then. Or $45 for a 48-pack. The prices may vary as time goes on. I would definitely recommend getting the 48-pack because it has way more colors, which you'll want, and is, as of when I'm recording this, better for the price. Either way, that's pretty cheap for markers. The markers can be stored in the same box that they are shipped in, plus you can decorate it. As you can see, I've doodled on the lid of my marker box. The box is pretty nice for storage, plus you can fit some other pencils, fine liners, or markers into the extra space. Now let's get into the actual markers. Since the markers are alcohol-based and have a brush nib, their nice stroke on the paper distributes the ink fairly evenly and extremely satisfyingly. The other side of the marker has a chisel tip as well. When I received my markers, they were all in good working order, but I do want to warn you about the splatter. When you open up some of the markers, they will sometimes lightly splatter over your artwork, as shown here. The best method for opening the markers is by taking your thumb, holding it to the side of the marker, and to push the cap off like this. This way the splatter will remain inside the marker cap. When drawing, the color might look a little different when it is fresh than when it is dry, so don't worry about that. I recommend making a chart like this for your markers. This will let you know what the exact colors look like because sometimes the colors that are advertised on the caps of the markers are slightly off. I would also recommend using the same paper for the chart as you do for your drawings so that the gradients are exactly the same. For paper, you can use any that is thick and smooth. This will usually be labeled as mixed media or marker paper. I'm using the Strathmore Mixed Media Sketchbook, which is fantastic because the color doesn't bleed through. Of course, in some parts the color might leak a little bit, so always use a scrap sheet of paper behind the thick paper to avoid even the smallest bleed. I would recommend using a pencil to sketch out your original design. Make sure that you are using very light lines so that they erase easily. After this, trace over the pencil with a fine liner and then erase the pencil lines after the fine liner is dry. For fine liners, I use the Sakura Pigma Microns, which you can get off Amazon in various packs for various prices. I got a 6-pack, but you can get any pack you like. You can also use Stabilo fine liners for your art, even though I've noticed that on this type of paper, the ink usually fades quicker, but they are a good alternative to Sakura Microns. I've also heard good things about the Faber-Castell Pitt Artist pens, but I have never used one myself. I wouldn't recommend using Sharpie because the lines usually get fuzzy when it touches the marker. Make sure that you give the ink plenty of time to dry before erasing the pencil lines and using the markers on it. It only takes a minute or so for it to fully dry. When I use the Milo markers, I usually begin with my lightest shade first and then add on the darker shades as I go along. This way you don't run into the issue of wanting to make an area lighter, which you can't after you've used up all of your marker space. The Milo markers don't blend very well, so they are very good for comic book style art and art in general that has very rich, vibrant colors. It has, however, allowed for shadows to be added with a plentiful supply of gray colors. Here are the first art pieces that I created with these markers, of Superman and of Wolverine. I think that the Milo markers are a great place to start if you're getting into markers, because they are fairly inexpensive and work really well. I'm honestly in love with their quality. I also recommend using good fine liners and thick paper for your art in order to produce a crisp, clean look. Thanks so much for watching. I hope that you guys enjoyed this different type of video, and if you're looking for Milo markers, then get them because they are great. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.